everyone, welcome to my channel, Andra Makes. You are going to have so much fun on YouTube today because we are back with another super fun fabric themed collab. And by we, I mean my friends Adam from Adam Sews, Carole from Sew Carole, Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and Trish from Pinky's Farm. I will put links to their channels in the description box. If you haven't already, go subscribe to their channels. You will love them. They're all wonderful creators in their own right. We all bring a little something different to the sewing table, so be sure and check them out if you haven't already. But backstory, in November we did a collab and the theme was mushroom fabric. I will link all their videos in the description box. Go see what they made. I'm wearing what I made. You can see the mushrooms on there. This is a double brushed poly from Joanne. I'll link my video in the description box also. It's so fun to see what everyone made using mushroom fabric. And the pattern I use is a vintage pattern. It's Butterick Sew 6630. It's this dress, and I'll put a picture of it here if you haven't seen that video. But go check out everyone's mushroom videos. So much fun. And we had so much fun doing it. You guys seemed to love it, seemed to get a kick out of it. It was a huge hit. So we decided to keep it going. So every 3 months this year, we're going to do a fabric themed collab, taking turns choosing the fabric theme. I chose mushrooms in November, and for February's collab, as you could see from everyone's title, the theme was space themed fabric, and Jen got to pick that. And then in May, it's Adam's turn to choose, and then August, I think that's Trish, and then next November is, or this coming up November, is Carole. So be on the lookout for those. It's going to be so much fun. We don't know yet what's coming up for May. Adam gets to pick that. So be on the lookout for all our collabs this year. We're so excited. So now I'm going to share with you what I chose to make using space themed fabric, and I'm going to be showing you the pattern envelopes, showing you the garments up close on a hanger, and trying them on for you. Little backstory again, if you're familiar with my channel at all, you know I love to thrift. I will put a link to my thrift store haul playlist in the description box. If you haven't seen it, go check it out and see all the fun things I find at the thrift store. But a few months ago, I posted in one of those videos, in my haul video, I found a brand new, unopened queen sheet set. And I think it was anywhere from $8 to $12, I can't remember, but it had 2 pillowcases, a fitted sheet, and a flat sheet. And here is the pillowcase that was left over. This is flannel, so soft and cozy, and it has stars on it. So a flannel sheet set with stars on it was screaming to be pajamas. It couldn't be anything else. It was just had to be pajamas. Don't you agree? And I'll show you the pajama pattern in just a second, but I didn't just stop at pajamas. I also made a drawstring bag from one of the pillowcases, and I have a tutorial for how to make this on my channel. So quick and easy and fun. And I used the full size of the pillowcase because once I made my pajamas and all the other things I'm going to show you, I put them in here, and this was the perfect size for all that. But if you don't need anything this large, you could just cut off the length you need and then just sew across the bottom. But these are so fun and easy to make, and I will link that tutorial in the description box. So in addition to the pajamas and the drawstring bag, I also made a matching robe, and I used Quick Sew K4144. This robe pattern right here. As you can see, this one has piping. It's a very nice pattern. I really love it a lot. And the pajama pattern I made, I want to tell you all, I'm having a hard time saying pajamas because in my family, we call them majamas because that's what my son called them when he was little. So we call them majamas, so it's so hard for me to actually say pajamas. But Anywho, I used Butterick 6296. This is a Lizette pattern. This is so nice. It reminds me of the Carole pajamas, but it has all these beautiful details. You can see the piping there, and then the chest pocket. And I have made this pattern before. I made the pajama shorts version, and here is a picture of those. And I used the Ashton top for the top of the pajamas, and this was made with a vintage sheet that I got from a thrift store, and I will link that video in the description box as well. But I couldn't just stop at that. I also made Adam, one of my fellow collaborators, he has a slippers pattern. I will put the picture up right here. You can see, so cute. They are quilted and they have binding around them. And the gang is going to get a kick out of this because I didn't bind mine. I'm also a quilter and a bag maker and pouches and small projects and home deck. I pretty much sew it all. And I can sew binding on a bed-size quilt all day long, no problems, don't mind it at all. Here's a picture of one of my quilts I've made. But when it comes to smaller projects, I am not crazy about doing binding. And there's a little running joke in our group chat that we have going. Anytime there's binding on a small project, I will avoid it at all costs. I will do a stitch and flip. I'll do whatever it takes to get out of binding a smaller project. I think that is so funny. So you can see the picture of Adam's beautiful slippers, and here are mine I made. I did not quilt mine and I did not do the binding. I did a stitch and flip, and I also added a little ruffle detail on mine. And here's one of the slippers. There's the stars flannel fabric, and then this sweet little pink ruffle I had in my stash already. And then for the bottom, I used this faux leather that I already had in my stash. So I will put a link to Adam's shop in the description box, and also a link to that pattern in the description box. And I'm pretty sure he has a tutorial for how to make the slippers on his channel. So I will link all that in the description box. Go make you some slippers. So fun. And now I'm going to show you my pajamas. Oh, I forgot to say earlier, I will also be inserting pictures of me wearing them. So now here are my pajamas. Here's the top. And if you'll remember from the pattern envelope, the pajama top had piping all around these areas, but instead I used a ruffle trim that I already had in my stash. This pink. Pink is my favorite color, but I thought that was a really neat, different touch to use this ruffled trim instead of piping. And I also used it on the pocket, and then down this placket here, and there's also some on the inner placket, but I used pink buttons. And then I also put the ruffle on the bottom of the sleeve. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. And there's the back. These are so cuddly and comfy cozy. And now I'll show you the pants. Here they are. They have pockets. This is such a nice pattern. It has a yoke in the back. You may not be able to see it with this fabric being all the same, but these are so nice. They're not your average elasticized waist pajama pants. These are a little bit nicer with the yoke in the back and then the pockets. And then along the bottom cuff, I added that ruffled trim. And now here's my robe. Here it is. Now I did use piping on the robe instead of the ruffle trim. One reason is I used all the ruffle trim for the pajamas, but I think even if I had enough, I think that would have been a lot of ruffle trim. So I just used piping. I'll get in close so you can see that. So pretty and a nice detail, and it goes along the back. The collar also, and then it has a tie and then pockets. Give me all the pockets. So now I'm going to insert pictures of me wearing this and also footage of me trying it on for you. Remember to go check out everyone else's and see what they made for their space fabric themed collab. Okay, here it is on. You can see the ruffle. I'm so glad that I decided to go with that instead of the piping. I think it's so sweet. And then there's the ruffle on the pocket and then along the sleeves. And I'll turn around so you can see it around the back of the collar. And now I'll get up on the steps so you can see the entire thing. I'll wear it without the robe first so you can see everything. And then I'll put the robe on so you can see what it looks like also. Here they are. I love them so much. You can see it's a really nice, comfy fit. And then here are the pants with the pockets. And my slippers with the ruffle. So cute. Try out that pattern. And now here's the back. And now I will put the robe on for you so you can see what it looks like. Okay, here it is with the robe. You can see the pockets in the robe, and I will turn around so you can see the back of it. And also have my handy dandy drawstring bag that I can use for when I travel. So I hope you enjoyed what I made for our space theme collab. Make sure you check out everyone else's videos and what they made. I know it will be amazing. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.